A family photo for Mother's Day that it's hoped will calm some of the more extreme gossip about the princess's recovery.
A photo released by Kensington Palace has been recalled by 4 of the world's biggest picture agencies over fears it's been manipulated.
Have you seen the image of Princess Kate smiling with her kids, seemingly conclusive proof of life of the missing royal? Well, not so fast. Not since the infamous blue and black dress has the internet been so divided over an image. The conspiracy theories went into overdrive when major news agencies withdrew the image distributed by Kensington Palace, saying they believe the photo was manipulated. Is it AI? Is it a bad Photoshop job? And if the real Princess Kate is out there, can she please give us a sign she's still alive? Joining me now to solve this mystery is our very own, slightly less royal Kate, columnist at The Nightly, Kate Emery. Now, Kate, on a scale of 1 to 10, how invested are you in this mystery?
Before the news that this photo had been recalled, I would have put my interest at a 2 out of 10. Minimal interest in these sort of conspiracy theories about something that was going on with Kate. As of today, I might be up to 10 out of 10. This could be the thing that turns me into a Kate Middleton truther.
Well, look, that's not something you really want to be, I don't think. But so what do you think is behind the recall of this photo? And there's lots of speculation about how it might have been manipulated. What's your take on it?
Yeah, it's really interesting, obviously. I think that hearing the photo agencies have recalled it is one thing. Also, having a look at the photo, it does look like there's been some sort of manipulation, or it looks a little bit off. Unfortunately, I tend to think the simplest explanation is probably the right one. Someone probably got a little bit happy with the Photoshop. Maybe they tried to smoosh together a couple of different photos, because you can't help but notice that all the kids are like, they're smiling, they're looking in the right direction. If you've ever tried to take a photo with your kids, you'll know the chances of that happening naturally extremely slim. I feel like probably someone just got a bit happy and a bit carried away, rather than this being, part of a legit conspiracy theory. But I'd sort of love to believe what some of the people out there are saying.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. Like, this goes back to a famous quote that, never attribute to malice what you can attribute to stupidity. And so I feel like someone just stuffing up the Photoshop is probably more realistic than, Kensington Palace harnessing AI because Kate is, otherwise unavailable or has some mystery illness. But people look at the little prince's fingers that are weirdly crossed. But I think that's just because those little princes are terrors.
There's also the theory about why Kate's not wearing her wedding ring,
yes,
which, she is recovering from surgery. It's not unusual to take off a lot of your jewellery, but, that abdominal surgery was back in January. So it's just, however you look at it, it's hard not to see it as a massive own goal for the palace, trying to dong these conspiracy theories on the head, instead just absolutely pouring Kero on there.
Yeah, made it 10 times worse. The most suspicious thing about that image is that she's smiling so broadly in a picture with her children. Like,
Plus, nobody's hair looks that good ever. So yeah. I think the hair is probably photoshopped every time you see it. It's too good. It's the only explanation.
And so how do you think the palace will then try and put out their own fire that they started?
Well, in a way, I'm surprised that they haven't sort of just put out some kind of explanation. But then again, we are only a few weeks out from Easter. Easter is when we've been told that Kate will be back on royal duties. Maybe they think, if they ignore it now, she'll pop up naturally in a couple of weeks. We'll see she's alive, probably, and it will, it'll all go away. But it's interesting to see that until now, sort of the British papers have kind of been ignoring the whole conspiracy theory idea, and now because of this photo sort of scandal, they can't. So that might force the palace's hand now that, their own sort of very friendly press are suddenly actually, giving some credence to these ideas out there.
Well, it's so true. The media in the UK have steadfastly refused to give Princess Kate the kind of scrutiny that they do to Meghan Markle and Harry and royals that they don't like.
If only we could pinpoint some kind of difference between Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle. It's a real mystery.
Hard to say, isn't it? You don't need AI for that one. But do you think as the public, we deserve an answer to all of this stuff, or do you think we're just getting a bit too obsessed?
Well, on the one hand, I think, someone deserves privacy while they're recovering, obviously. On the other hand, the royal family, they're sort of suckling at the British taxpayer teat, if you like. So I can understand why people might feel they deserve an explanation. I tend to veer on the side of someone actually does deserve a bit of privacy, but I guess the palace can't play it both ways. They can't release this photo and try and say, oh, everyone go away now and leave us alone. You can see she's fine, she's alive. And then they can't say, jump up and down now that people are saying, what have you changed on this photo? Where is Kate?
Yeah.
Can you send us a photo of her with today's newspaper?
I agree with you. Before this photo came out, I really didn't give a hoot about Princess Kate. Was happy for her to just recuperate in private. But now, don't tinkle on me and tell me it's Twining's breakfast tea. I'm not going to have a bar of it. Columnist at The Nightly, Kate Emery, thanks as always for joining us on The Nightly 5.
Thanks for having me.